action movies have always led the way when it comes to satisfying our constant need for adrenaline, and I sure as hell am thankful for that, even if that means having to watch Vin Diesel lecture a bunch of mercenaries about family. Now, while there aren't any Fast and Furious movies coming out in the near future, and thank God for that, we do have an interesting lineup of action-packed films that are going to be gracing the big screen soon. Also, let's face it, Dom Toretto's franchise ain't dying anytime soon. Anyway, I've gone ahead and made a list of my top 10 upcoming action movies, so let's dig in. Man, I really love Predator. No, not the Harvey Weinstein kind. The classic Arnold Schwarzenegger film made me fall in love with the hunky Austrian's accent and paved the way for more innovative blends of action with horror. That was, of course, until the shitty abomination that was The Predator came out and made me wonder whether Hollywood executives are even sober when they're choosing these movie scripts. Anyway, Prey looks like an interesting spin-off that pits a forest tribe against one of the big bad Yotjars, and I'm definitely looking forward to how they're going to treat this release, considering it's going to be available exclusively on Hulu. The Predator's monster design looks a little different, and honestly speaking, it looks like an upgrade from its predecessor. But then again, even Green Lantern was better than that shitfest. This film is out on the 5th of August, and I'd say it's the perfect time considering the massive success Stranger Things is currently enjoying thanks to Vecna. Between that dude and a Yotja, I wonder who Arnold's gonna consider the uglier monster.
Maybe there was a little head trauma?
Maybe. I gotta get off this train.
It's great to see Brad Pitt in action again, and this time he's teaming up with the Latin king of Spotify, Bad Bunny, whose name in the movie happens to be Wolf. Well, I'm no animal expert, so I'll just cut to the chase. Get it? Because they're on a train? No? Alright, forget it. This movie is basically about a bunch of assassins who do a whole bunch of shit inside a train. Yeah, I know Snowpiercer did it first, but the premise still has potential. They've got an amazing lineup, with Sandra Bullock joining the lead along with MCU's Quicksilver, Deadpool's Lucky Girl, and that chick from Kissing Booth. Hey, look, Kimiko is here as well, fresh after copying Wolverine's iconic X2 scene in The Boys. Well, I guess that could be inspiration too, but then again, there really isn't much originality left nowadays, is there? If the trailer's anything to go by, we can expect a whole bunch of weird action sequences and perhaps even some nice reggaeton beats from San Benito.
Sorry, buddy.
Oh.
Out of the way, cat child. Excellent shielding. That seemed incredibly painful.
If you've been following my channel from before, then you're aware of how much I'm looking forward to this movie. I mean, it's super pets. That's the freaking dream. Just imagine having your dog fight your neighbors every time they annoyed you. Yeah, and that's just with my simple-minded horizons. These good boys and girls are the official pets of our favorite DC superheroes, and they're here to kick butts and probably sniff them afterwards too. The trailer looked hilarious, and I'm glad to see the DC universe focusing on some light-hearted content for once. I guess they took Deadpool's joke way too seriously. And let's not forget the stellar cast of this film too. We've got Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart teaming up with the likes of Keanu Reeves and the new Mr. Fantastic John Krasinski. That is, of course, if they manage to reattach all those spaghetti strands Wanda left behind. Well, here's hoping the DC universe shows him a little more love.
Oh, hey there, little fella.
Nah.
Speaking of Dwayne Johnson, here he is again in all of his bold glory. I shouldn't make fun of egg-headed movie characters anymore. They seem to be quite the craze nowadays, don't they? And that's without even considering Mr. Fat and Curious. I know the fan reception to the first few poster releases hasn't exactly been overwhelmingly positive, but the trailer calmed everyone's nerves. And let's not forget that Pierce Brosnan, aka James freaking Bond, is also in this movie. Shazam was kind of a hit-and-miss experience for me. The oversized baby with superpowers gag was funny for a while, but it's been a moment and nobody's really talking about it anymore. Hopefully, Black Adam should prove to be a little more memorable, and I don't just mean because we're going to be watching The Rock in tight spandex for roughly 2 hours. I wonder if Kevin Hart is going to cosplay as him this Halloween. I mean, the movie's releasing in October, so I wouldn't be surprised. You guys might be a little divided over this one because, well, Ezra Miller's been getting into a lot of action-packed situations himself. Only thing is, they're not scripted. Either way, the Flash star has gotten into a huge load of legal trouble again, but Warner Brothers ain't scrapping the movie just yet because, well, money I suppose. But on the brighter side of the spectrum, this is a film that's been hugely anticipated by the fans, and there's a lot riding on it for the future of the DC universe. They've got a good thing going for them after the decent success of the Batman and news of the Joker sequel going into production as well. I just hope the execs don't mess this one up like they did with Justice League, because one thing's for sure, nobody's going to want to see the Miller cut. Yes, the pun is somewhat intended. The film was slated for a 2022 release, but it's been pushed to 2023, and with the latest scandal unfolding right now, it's hard to pick a specific date.
Think you're pretty funny, don't you, freak?
Flash, it was just an accident.
My fist breaking your teeth, that's the accident.
Come on, Flash.
GNC, go. Fido, go. Guide, go, fly.
Okay, so this is a movie that's releasing very soon. It's actually out on Friday, so I guess you could say I'm cutting it close with this one. But obviously, I couldn't leave out every child's favourite astronaut, so Lightyear finds itself in my top 5. I know it's technically a movie for kids, but come on, even the little buggers like the occasional dose of ass whooping on the big screen. Steve Rogers has had quite the career shift, and I'm all for it. I mean, kissing a toy is much better than kissing your girlfriend's niece. But yeah, the trailer looked amazing, and you know the visuals are going to blow your minds away because, well, it is Pixar, isn't it? They can animate stuff better than Wolverine can tell people to fuck off. Unfortunately, since this is a kids movie, we won't be able to see Chris Evans fulfill his choking fetish here unless the director decides to sneak something subtle into the movie. That'll probably be a whole other meaning of the word Buzz Lightyear.
I can provide sleep sounds if you like.
No. White noise is fine.
Very well.
Good night, Socks.
Good night, Buzz.
Thor Odinson. He was no ordinary man. He was a god.
It took a while for promotions to begin on this one, but now that they've started, I'm hyped AF. Chris Hemsworth is a god, whether you look at him as Thor or even as an Australian hunk, and I'm looking forward to seeing him next to Natalie Portman, who's finally decided to give into the paychecks and return as Jane Foster. If you think about it, Thor is the only member of the OG threesome to have a fourth solo feature. No, Captain America Civil War isn't Iron Man 4, so go argue with the wall. It's kind of funny given how the fans had given up hope after the Dark World, but I guess Thor did deserve redemption. The Guardians of the Galaxy also make an appearance, so it'll be interesting to see how they're going to handle the ensemble cast, given that it's supposed to be a solo feature. But you want to know who I'm excited to see the most? That's right, it's Jonathan. Mjolnir. Damn you, Paul Rudd.
What is the name of Thor's hammer?
Mjolnir?
Jonathan?
Legends never die. At least that's the case with Tom Cruise, even after all his impossibly ridiculous stunts. He's on a good roll right now, considering Top Gun Maverick has gone on to become a huge commercial and critical success worldwide. So naturally, Paramount has chosen this as the perfect time to release the trailer for the 7th Mission Impossible movie. Bruh, at this rate, Tom's gonna catch up to Dom Toretto in no time. The movie's been revealed to be the first part of 2 installments, so they're investing a lot of dough into this project, and the teaser sure gave us a fresh take on Ethan Hunt and his conflicted morality. As usual, you get to see Tom doing what he does best, running. There's also a bunch of ass kicking and gun shooting, so if one thing's for sure, we're gonna be entertained. Also, I like the name they've given this installment. It sounds like an awesome video game title. Speaking of 2-part movies, how can we leave out the most valuable franchise in the post-pandemic era? Spider-Man No Way Home won hearts all over the world, and Sony's decided to cash in by releasing an extended version with more fun stuff, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean.
Hey, I'm Spider-Man.
I'm Spider-Man.
I'm Spider-Man.
Well, I guess they just want to hit that $2 billion mark. Oh wait, I'm talking about the wrong movie here, aren't I?
You should have thought of that earlier.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse set everyone up for the multiverse of madness, and now we're going to explore it in a lot more detail in Across the Spider-Verse. There's no doubt that the animation is going to be sick, so let's hope we get to see more characters unfold in the first of 2 features. You know, Miles Morales is cool and all, but I'm more interested in seeing Andrew Garfield reunited with Gwen Stacy. Sony, I hope you're listening.
Hey, are these your drawings?
What? No,
Oh,
no.
Good.
I missed you too.
I know one thing. Wherever we go, this family is our fortress.
Man, it took well over a decade to get it, but we finally got it. Avatar was a global phenomenon that took over pop culture and the movie-making business in a way that few others have achieved. Of course, Disney knows how to build hype and make money off it too, so they launched the trailer along with Doctor Strange, but you know what? I'm not even mad. The trailer looked absolutely gorgeous, and I couldn't help but imagine how amazing this sequel's gonna be. Of course, I'm sure everyone will want to see how they're gonna continue the original story, but I trust James Cameron to make a worthy sequel. I mean, he has built a strong reputation for it. Anyway, here's hoping for another epic journey into the world of Pandora. December the 16th, here I come. And there you go, guys. Those are my top 10 upcoming action movies. Some of the entries might not entirely fit the genre, but they're good enough to warrant consideration. Like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on all of my latest videos, and head over to the description below for access to my Patreon, social media, and Discord server. I'll see you next time on the TV Regent.